Hi guys, good morning. Minasan konnichiwa, Mars, Destiny. So I'll be talking on my vlogs today all about Trabaho, wanted sa Japan for 2019 to 2020. Even if you are part-timers or if you are home-based teacher, if you're looking for an ESL job here in Japan, and what salary do you expect afterwards of working. And I will tell you later on, and I will discuss in this vlogs all about on my experience. We tried to apply for a home-based English teacher in this house. So I will tell you later and how did I do it. So this is it. So maraming mga trabaho ngayon sa Japan. So actually the Prime Minister Abe, he wanted, or there will be 350,000 immigrants that will be coming soon in Japan. So as you know, Tokyo Olympics are booming, so there are a lot of workers who are working on the infrastructure and everything here in Japan. But not only like that, but there are many jobs that would offer you good salary, but we need to work also at the same time. Now, based on my experience here in the house, we applied that one last year, but hopefully I cannot do it for now because I have a child. So but based on my experience, I'm gonna share it with you. We receive a letter from that advertising company, and then they emailed the letter to the house. But then hopefully next year we can start here in this one. So I would like to have person to person, but actually there are top jobs based on my research. I asked a lot of friends who came in the house, my Japanese friends. So I asked them what are the jobs that available right now, and those who are watching with me online and those who are going to look for a part-time job, especially that now is summer in the Philippines and you can have it. So the first I have here, I listed here some of the jobs. So let's start with, of course, this is the number one is the English teacher or the assistant language teacher. So it's very booming right now. So around in Tokyo, because I live now in Tokyo, so there are many schools around the city. So it's like not big school, but it's an English school, small schools, but they cater different learners from different ages. So you can probably work for them, but they need some requirements. So that's number one. And the second one is the IT professional. So well, although Japan is, when it comes to technology, Japan is almost at the topmost all around the world, of course. So they need IT professionals. And the third one is they need translator or interpreter. So because, as I said earlier, a lot of foreigners who will come in Japan this coming 2020 because of the Tokyo Olympics. So they need more interpreters because a lot of nationalities will come in to participate of the Olympics. And the sales staff. Now, the sales staff, actually the sales staff, you can work with the 7-Eleven, the Family Mart. There are so many 7-Eleven here in the Family Mart and the 100 stores or the Daiso or those a lot of shops that are around the city. So there are so many, there's so many like that. And we have banker. So based on our experience, we talk about banker. And you can, if you are a banker, then you can apply. I have friend, I've met this friend from a Philippine embassy, and he works as a banker, so like BDO, like that. Okay, and service staff. Now when it comes to service staff, guys, this is my advice. If you want to work as service staff like utility, do you know how much the rate of utility here in Japan? Like per hour. Now I'm gonna tell you how much is it. Like if you work as a assistant, like that, you're not in our case, because my husband can't work by himself, so he needs somebody to work with him to, especially that we need to, based on our experience, guys, we need to rebuild this house. So we need to destroy some of the things that are found inside. So yeah, the other day, based on my experience, my husband hired his friend. So that friend is a maintenance utility. So I was wondering how much he paid to him per hour. So that was a great news, because he received for 1 hour. He received, for 1 hour, that's 3,000 yen. So if in the peso, maybe around, that's half of it, maybe 1,000 plus. So it depends on the value of yen right now. So mostly Japanese yen. The half of this price is the Philippine money. So does it so if you work as utility worker in Japan, guys, so based on your experience and based on the person, well, Mr. Chin, I don't know how to pronounce that one, his name, it's very difficult. Mr. Shin works here in the house. My husband hired him to cut some pieces of furniture like woods and other things that we need to destroy, because if we're going to throw that one by whole, then the garbage collector will not collect that one, because it's a big one, it's a huge one, so it cannot be. So what he did, what we did, we need to cut it out into pieces so that the garbage collector will collect it there. So it's no payment at all. But if you are going to throw it away by whole, so cannot be. So what we did is we bought this cutter, chainsaw, and then we hired someone. Well, actually I cannot work with my husband because I have a baby, and therefore Mr. Shin came to the house, and of course Japanese are very hospitable when it comes to their friends. Like 3,000. So the rate is 3,000. Okay. So this is it. 3,000 per hour for Mr. So this is the rate for the utility maintenance or utility worker in Japan, guys. Right now, 2019. So this is a new blog, so I'm going to update this one. If you have some questions below, then please do so, or if you have some comments about this blog, then you can do that. Well, actually that's the rate for the utility maintenance, 3,000. Well, the other one is he has another friend, Mr. Arai. Yeah, that's the different rate, but Mr. Chin is a little bit, the longer the experience, the better, so that's higher. And the other one is around 1,000 yen, 1,500 yen. So that's it. That's the rate for the service staff. So this is the service staff. So there are not just only the utility maintenance or the service staff. There are so many kinds of service staff here in Japan. Like if you're going to work as the coffee shop or in the restaurant, then you can do that one. In the hotel, well, there are so many. And we have also engineers and so on and so forth. There are so many engineers. And not only with that, right now in Japan, guys, based on what I saw on TV, especially on the news, Japanese TV is very updated when it comes to news. I saw that they need more workers, immigrants. Well, in fact, as I said earlier, Mr. Abe needs 350,000 immigrants from different countries. So I hope the Philippines, especially the Filipinos, will be hired also at the same time, will be included on that immigrants. So that's it. But of course, guys, there are many requirements that you need to. So based on your country, so if you're from the US or if you are from like Bangladesh, there are many Nepali here working in Japan right now, and there are many Bangladesh people. I have friends from Nepal. So yeah, he owns a school here. So if you want to work, I can recommend you that school for him. He emailed me a letter, but for now I cannot work because I am a full-time mother. But I really want to work soon. But as I said earlier, you need some requirements, just like from the country of your origin. So it's very important that you have a working visa. That's number one. Well, in my case, I'm gonna share with you this one, guys, because I'm gonna help this one for those who are watching with me with my vlogs. This one. Well, in my case, I can work because I have this resident visa, but it's in Japanese, so I'm gonna hide my name. So this is my resident visa. This will expire on 2020. That's March 5. So I have this already because I paid tax because I am legitimate resident here in Japan. So yeah, if you're a resident, then you have the government is very prompt when it comes to giving the card. So I have here a card. So I am already married. So it's written in Japanese, but there are some English here, like the date and my name up. So this is this will expire next year. I will renew this one next year. So that's very important. You have this card if you are a resident here in Japan. Okay, so as I said, if you want to apply for a job recruitment agency in the Philippines, make sure that it should be registered from a POEA. It's a legitimate company, so make sure that it's registered there. And make sure if you are like me, if you have a resident card, and you can work here in Japan that's good for 1 year. And other curriculum vitae and other pertinence. I will share you later, guys, the other requirements based on the email that I have received from the school. Of course, I will recommend some of the schools that I visited last year. And it's number one is the Everest International School, Japan. So you can check this school on the website. You can check it in Google, or you can check in the YouTube, or in the Facebook. This is existing school and they need teachers. I think every year they need teachers because Japanese calendar change every April. First week of April. Common, then there are so many common in here in around the city. Mr. Brown English School, Kobe Bilingual School. So actually, guys, there are many schools that can be found here in Tokyo because I'm based from Tokyo. So if you like this, actually, guys, if you want to ask me more about this blog, then you can have that. But actually, I will tell you about the rate of an English teacher if you are home-based. Actually, for a start, like for me, I wanted to have a person-to-person, because I really want to learn also from Japanese people because I live here in Japan and I keep on talking on, in my language, and I kept talking on English, but they don't understand me, so I have to immerse myself on a Japanese language. That's why I need also to work with them. I need to teach. Now, let us try I will share with you how much is the rate per hour. So, some teachers receive 1,080 yen per hour. And some teachers receive 3,000 yen per hour. So, that's quite long. Because way back in the Philippines when I had my tutorial, that's first tutorial I had for a month. That's only 1,500 peso, and it's a month. I worked there from Monday to Friday. That's 5 days in a week. And then I came to the house of the student of mine. I spent 2 hours working with that student, and then I paid only for that amount. But it's a good start for those who are really looking for a part-time job here in Japan, guys. So it's the rate is really different. But if you work here as a part-timers, it's okay. You can have like one-on-one, person-to-person. If you have some friends, your recommendation, referrals, then I can refer to you. Some of my friends need some teachers to work with their kids, especially teaching youngsters, children in school to speak English. Well, I hope I can work with them soon. Like for example, in my husband went to, I mean, he saw a YouTuber, and then we went meet with him in person, and he paid around, no, not around, it's exactly 3,000 yen. So for a 1 hour talk, and it's very simple. Just bring something like books or something like that is visual, and then you can start talking in English. You have to start with a conversation as long as the student participate on the discussion. So that's, of course, if you work 3,000 per hour, it's a lot of money, and if you work 5 hours in a day, of course you can save. But of course the cost of living here is really different from our country. Like for example, here in the house, the 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 rental is 40 to 50,000 yen in a month. So that's the minimum. It depends, of course, on the area, but at least that's at least that is the minimal payment that you want to, set aside for your budget of your apartment. So that's it. Okay, guys. So I hope you like this video, and I will share with you some other requirements on the next down below. So thank you. This is a pine tree, right?
Yes, pine tree.